Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Got it?
I think
Is
so.
it working?
I sure hope so, man. Who
We
knows?
pulled out the electric tape and a couple of splicers and stuff like that. We got the internet thing working now.
All good. I got my Leatherman ready to go.
You can see exclusive content on the video live stream. It's on Facebook, it's on X, it's on YouTube, and unfortunately, all you have to look at is us.
That's true.
But we do talk about some fun stuff.
Today is going to be cloudy, high 73, or low down to 55 tonight with some clouds still sticking around. Then some rain coming on Tuesday when the high is 75. So got that to look forward to.
Mini marathon. It's a half.
It's a half.
Yeah,
so
13.1 miles.
Yeah. All right.
And she did it 6 months pregnant and won.
Mini marathon. So let's call that a half marathon.
That's what you usually call it. But
mini, it should just be instead of 26.2 miles, it should be 2.62 miles.
There you go. That is a mini. That's really mini.
Move the decimal point.
Yeah.
Because that's longer than a fun run, but shorter than a 5K.
Yes. How long is a fun run?
Fun run's 1 mile.
Oh, that's fun?
Yeah. Trust me. I say that every time I talk to anybody that's running one.
Where's the fun?
But then the 5K is the 3.1. So if you go to 2.26, you're just a little less than the 3.1.
Yeah.
So it'd be like a 4 point. I don't know. You do the math. It's all the conversions are always confusing.
Yes.
When they're like, oh yeah, I'm running a 5K. And you're like, okay, how long is that? Oh, it's 3.1 miles. Oh, 5K just sounds longer. All right, let's find out what's happening in the news this morning.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. Here are some of the local stories we're following for you today. At their regular meeting this evening, the Benton Harbor City Commission is expected to consider the creation of a social district downtown. Social districts are those areas in a community where it is legal to carry an alcoholic beverage purchased at a local bar or restaurant. Now, the drinks must be carried in designated cups with a sticker, and their buyers must stay within the district's boundaries. There's been a social district in downtown St. Joseph since 2021. And St. Joseph Today's Danielle Crevier tells us it's been popular so far.
It's been going strong since 2021, the summer of 2021, and we're overjoyed to keep working with the city on this project and providing this option for business owners. And the state of Michigan actually removed the sunset date clause. So this was originally set to end in 2024. So we're just working with the city to expand ours as well.
The state created social districts during COVID to help businesses and downtowns stay alive. At the time, there was concern the districts could lead to trouble like rowdy behavior or littering, but Crevier says so far that's not been seen.
We haven't actually had any public safety concerns. So yeah, we're just in continuing conversations with the city of St. Joseph and of course the St. Joseph Department of Public Safety. So we're just always looking forward to growing it and just continuing it. But no, we've had no concerns.
Crevier says more than 74,000 social district stickers have been given out to the 11 restaurants that participate in the St. Joe Social District since it started. That's not necessarily how many people have taken part, just how many stickers have been made available. The social district proposed for Benton Harbor would be in the Arts District, and it would be managed by the Arts District and the Benton Harbor Downtown Development Authority. Cornerstone Alliance has offered to pay for signage for the district. However, city commissioners have expressed concerns about alcohol consumption in the community several times in the past. So we'll be watching that as that unfolds this evening.
All right.
Just having stopped in St. Joseph on Friday was the Michigan Department of Natural Resources research vessel called the Steelhead. The 65-foot vessel was built in 1968. It travels along the coast of Lake Michigan every year to study fish populations. DNR Charlevoix Fisheries Research. Charlevoix. Oh, the Fisheries Research Station Manager, Patrick Hanchin, tells us the team aboard the ship is looking at a few things up and down the coast.
It's called our Standard Lake-Wide Assessment, which is a protocol that's used by all management agencies on Lake Michigan. And it is essentially a spring survey to assess the status of lake trout, whitefish, fisco, perch, and burbot.
Hanchin says they do this all along Lake Michigan, stopping in places like Saugatuck, South Haven, Grand Beach, and St. Joseph.
Basically, at each port, we set 6 gill nets of various mesh sizes. So these are bottom gill nets. They're about 6 feet tall, about 1,600 feet in length, and they're set at different depths, perpendicular to shore.
They study the weight and length of the fish that they catch. They take a look at what they've been eating, and they look for lamprey wounds. The information gathered could be used to shape harvest quotas for commercial fishing, regulations for recreational fishing, and fish stocking. The team will also go as far as 40 miles out into the lake to run other tests. Anshin says similar work is taking place in the other Great Lakes. And a warning for Michiganders, the weather has been ideal for ticks and spreading Lyme disease. Over in Macomb County, Health Department Environmental Health Division Director Tom Barnes says we can blame this winter and spring's mild temperatures for the tick population. He says it's officially time to start checking your clothes, your dogs, everything else for ticks.
If you're looking to find ways to limit your exposure, you're going to want to make sure you carry some insect repellent with you. Wear long sleeves and long pants.
Barnes tells us that Michigan has seen a rise in Lyme disease in recent years. One more story. There are plans for big improvements shaping up for Lincoln Township Library. The library has announced a $1.5 million renovation plan, saying they're updating the flooring, lighting, shelving, installing a new digital media lab, and a new fireplace.
Ooh.
In addition, they'll be repainting the entire building. Yeah,
Wow.
they're sprucing up.
Yeah.
Library leaders say the attraction serves an increasing number of people, and they're adding more programs. And they say it's time to spruce the whole place up. The renovation plan is about 5 years in the making. Work will start this fall. The project may require that the library be closed for a few weeks, and the library says we'll let people know in advance.
Wow.
Yeah, in the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. That is a very popular library.
It is a very popular. They got a lot of stuff going on there.
They do. It's great. It's convenient. It's a nice, quiet place. They have the little study rooms, great book and multimedia selection, and it's right next to the big township park there.
Right.
Yeah, so you can walk around, play in the water park if you want.
I like it.
Yeah, stay away from the ticks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's a lot of painting though from the inside. I was thinking about that. Like, do they need somebody to paint, or do they need somebody to move all the books? Because if they're doing new shelving, you got to move some books around, I'm sure.
Yeah. Boy, that's tough.
Know anybody that knows the Dewey Decimal System?
I know the Dewey Decimal.
You do?
I do. I love the Dewey Decimal System.
Do you use that at your home library?
I don't. Yeah. But when I volunteered in the library, a couple different libraries, I used it. So
all right.
It's nice.
I learned it in like 5th grade, and then it's way back there. I'm sure if I get a refresher, it'll come right back to me. But yeah,
I wonder if it's changed much, because they're like, 9 major categories?
Yeah,
9 or 10, something like that. Then it goes down from there. It's probably like 1,000 categories now.
So we went from the AV talk to now
it's all
library talk.
The AV is always part of the library.
Yeah,
right.
I wonder if they're going to have
media.
the new hookups in the in their multimedia center.
You should probably stand to the side and go, you putting new TVs in? Yeah. You got RCAs
Make
on the
sure
back of there?
You probably got VHSs and DVDs that people want to watch, so make sure you got the proper cables.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That'll be fun. And then someone else will be off in the corner going, shh.
I am not a father, but apparently I have already taken on the dad things of checking the AV and making sure all that stuff is good to go.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get to sports here in just a moment. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
ABC News, I'm Brian.
I think we have a name for our podcast, a new name for our podcast.
What's that?
A couple of library nerds.
Yeah.
That's us.
The good old Dewey Decimal System. Every time I ask people, why is the Dewey Decimal System like this? Because it gets so confusing when you walk into a library, when you try to look for certain things. And you think, okay, well, let's go to alphabetical.
Sure.
No, well, there's a system, the Dewey Decimal System. So got to categorize. You got to move some things around.
Melville Dewey.
Melville Dewey.
Yeah. The inventor
Is it still
of the
used
Dewey.
in libraries? Because I was talking to somebody from a library and I talked to them about the Dewey Decimal System, and they were like, yeah, we don't always use that.
No. In fact, sometimes librarians throw down over whether or not to use the Dewey Decimal System. There's some other system, apparently, probably other systems. Plural.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I always thought the Dewey Decimal was pretty Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
That's why I liked it.
Yeah, when we learned it, I mean, I think we learned it like 5th or 6th grade. So
Yeah.
it's like if it's easy enough for a elementary school kid to grasp, then it should be pretty simple.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, there's other library sciences that go into all of the layouts and everything, but
yeah, there are 10 classes.
Okay.
So you've got computer science, information and general works.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have philosophy and psychology,
Mm-hmm.
then religion, then social sciences, language, pure science, technology, arts and rec, literature, and then history and geography.
Okay.
And then there are a bunch of subclasses under that.
Yeah.
I knew that just right off the top of my head. I definitely wasn't reading off the computer. I was reading off the computer.
You need the refresher every once in a while.
You do.
Hello
and good morning. Welcome and thank you for joining us on our exclusive content video stream.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny's back.
I am.
We got way off track on time on on Friday. No, we weren't bad. It wasn't bad. I think
as long
it
as
timed
you
out.
do the news roughly at the top and bottom. How'd you do on that? Were you
sure? Close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. We had a great time 7 to 8 on Friday. We had Brandon Haney in.
Yeah.
And had great talks about golf and stuff.
You talk football?
Briefly.
Briefly.
Yeah. Yeah, briefly we talked football. They talked football.
They did the football
They
talk.
did the football talk.
It was just like the Charlie Brown.
This will be a good opportunity for me to do some math over here.
Let me check on the news and let me get all that ready for the next segment. No, that's good. And I'm glad that the Brett was able to stop by and had somebody to hang out with. So
yeah, that was fun.
I did not listen.
Oh, okay. You can always go back and listen to the video live stream.
I might have to
on Facebook.
I might have to check out the podcast and all that stuff. So I will do all that and take a listen.
Did you see it? Tom Brady was the target of a roast.
Yeah, they had a roast over the weekend. Yeah, it was.
Those are so uncomfortable.
Yeah, there were some uncomfortable moments from what I heard. And of course, people roasting him and then him roasting everybody else. Because when you get roasted, if anybody's never been to a roast or watched a roast, you and a bunch of other people get to roast that person. And then that person then gets to fire back in the end.
Oh, did he fire back?
Yeah. He got to throw some jokes.
Oh,
yep.
There was one joke about the massage incident.
Yep.
And Jeff Ross was the comedian up on the stage at that time. Tom Brady not so quietly going up to Ross during his delivery.
Knock it off or something.
Said, "Don't say that blank again." Onto the hot mic. Ross saying, "Okay." Sounding a little nervous.
Yeah. You don't want to deal with too much with that stuff. Too much controversy.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen some in the past and they are just painful to watch.
Oh yeah. They
painful.
go really deep into the jokes there.
Have they ever roasted Howard Stern? I would like to see that.
I think so.
That'd be fun. Because he roasts everybody on a regular basis.
All the time. The Jeff Ross guy is always the roast master general. Yeah,
he's funny.
Yeah, he does a good job. They used to do the celebrity roasts on Comedy Central like every once in a while, and then they just started doing it like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not as cool now.
Yeah, it used to be a rare thing.
Yeah, it was like a very prestigious, like sort of your lifetime achievement type people.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would do the roast, and then that person would come back at them.
Maybe too many lawsuits. So they just said, "Well, we roast everyone." So then they did. Did you see ABC is getting a new news director?
Oh,
Kim Godwin, according to CNN, the embattled president of ABC News, abruptly announced last night she's exiting the network, capping a tumultuous 3-year run.
On 94.9 WSJM.
See, that's how we got off time.
Because you were talking?
Because I was just talking.
You didn't know, no one was doing the Here We Go.
Nobody was watching I did the Here We Go once.
Oh, you did?
Because they were talking, Brandon and Brett.
And they weren't paying attention.
And thanks again to Brett Witkowski for filling in for Johnny last week on Friday. We had a good time.
I think he's wanting me to pay back the favor.
Oh, really? Tell me.
He asked me this morning if I would fill in on the coaches show on Saturday, because I guess Phil McDonald, who probably is listening right now.
Hey, Phil.
I guess Phil can't work on Saturday. He's got something going on, probably with his other job, being the athletic director of Our Lady of the Lake. They probably got some things going on.
They knew that the coaches show was going to happen.
Oh, they know. But
they can schedule around it.
No. He's got that. That's priority one for him.
Fine.
But he asked me if I would do the show.
Oh, excellent.
He also asked Dave Wolf. So
Good.
now it's a race to who says yes.
Oh man. You better get in there.
No. It's fun.
It's a full circle cafe.
It is.
So you get good food.
It is.
It'll be fun.
So many choices. It's also a day I get to sleep in though.
Oh,
yeah.
That's tough. Maybe Dave will do it. They'll have fun
We'll
together.
see. We'll see. He asked him first, so I have to wait until Dave Wolf says yes or no. So
how long is the customary wait? Now that you know,
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, is it when you ask somebody, if you ask the first person and they haven't gotten back to you, but then you ask your second person, but the second person comes and says, "Yeah, I'm good. I can do it." Do you just say to the first person you ask? Because I guess the first person you ask doesn't know that they also asked somebody else.
Oh,
it's tough. It's a tough decision.
Yeah,
it's also one for Brett to make.
It's also tough when it's a jump ball request.
Yeah,
when two people and you only need one, they throw a jump ball up and say, "Hey, need something."
Yeah, we get a lot of those. The jump ball emails are always
jump
fun.
Ball.
Hey, you guys can do this? Anybody do this?
Just causes so much rework and havoc.
And then they invite you on they put a calendar invite out there, and then they're like, "Wait a minute."
If they put a calendar
is it
invite
me
out there,
or is it the other person? Who is it? Oh no, it's you. Okay, well then take me off the email.
Oh man, we're gonna get so many nasty grams.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
But as I was talking about, do you want me to finish
this
ABC
absolutely.
thing?
Yeah.
The head of ABC News. This is interesting because it caught my ear because I guess I was unaware that she was called the embattled president of ABC News, who Kim Godwin, she abruptly resigned or said, "I'm leaving the network" last night, which apparently caps a tumultuous 3-year run at the outlet after staffers said her polarizing leadership led to plummeting employee morale.
Wow.
So someone at the top, a leader, not playing the game that employees like, which is being nice. So employee morale apparently suffering from it. She said in a statement, "I have decided to retire from broadcast journalism." She's been fortunate and blessed enough to have done almost every job there is in this business, but after considerable reflection, I'm certain it's the right time for me as I look to the future and prioritize what's important for me and my family. So this sudden exit came after CNN reported earlier in the week that Deborah O'Connell, the Disney veteran who was tapped in February to oversee ABC News as part of her portfolio, was conducting a review of Godwin's performance and had voiced dissatisfaction in private conversations with the state of affairs at the network.
Oh.
So Disney stepping in saying, "Hey, we don't like how you're running things.
This is the nice network.
This is the nice network."
We're Disney. Well, I'm just curious, is that person if they'll say they're going to leave broadcasting, but depending on her age and how long if she still has a drive to continue to do it, I could see her going to a different network.
That's possible, but she's going to have to overcome some things.
Yeah.
So staffers who were only more than happy to talk to CNN. Remember, these are ABC News staffers. Said Godwin made several profound errors in their opinion, including employing a hands-off approach to managing, not developing a strategic vision for the newsroom, eliminating the heads of the talent relations division, and appointing an inner circle that alienated staffers. I mean, those are key traits of a leader gone wrong. Leader in name only.
Well,
so ABC News, some opportunity there.
We wish her the best.
We wish her the we wish her the best. We do have ABC National News on ours. I mean, full disclosure and everything.
Yeah.
So we've always been happy with the national news we get.
Yeah. And I haven't noticed, because you see all the networks, especially when you look at the people not only at the top in the administrative side, but you can kind of see the turmoils happening when you watch certain shows like a Good Morning America or the ABC World News and stuff like that. I don't see a whole lot of change happening as far as people moving around or people being gone. So I see more of that on the Today Show. They had some controversy for a while.
Yeah, it's unusual for the news crews to.
Yeah, so it's not as much change. So I guess the hands-off approach was kind of working. People weren't. Now I wonder whoever comes in if they make some changes.
Yeah,
there's some good people on there.
Yeah, we'll see.
Other things going on. Did you see that? This is an AI conversation I want to have.
Excellent.
Did you see that AI is helping a country music star sing again?
Oh, okay.
So need your thoughts on this. Think of artificial intelligence and all the good and the bad that it's been able to do. But Randy Travis has not been able to sing for quite some time, barely almost even speak because of a stroke that he had. But you can soon hear AI Randy Travis with a song Where That Came From. And now it sounds exactly like him.
Huh.
It was actually made with artificial intelligence and a surrogate singer.
Okay.
However, Randy and his production team did oversee the making of this song. And they admitted to CBS Sunday Morning they may not have any other new music for a while since they've not been able to replicate the process. But Randy has been recovering from a massive stroke that he had back in 2013 that impacted part of his brain that controls speech and language. Yeah, it's sad because one of the most iconic, beautiful voices of country music and not able to sing or barely even speak, which was really sad.
I love this application of AI.
Yeah.
Love it a lot because he has the will to do it. He wants to do it. And there's a tool now that can help him do it. That's fantastic. In fact, a very good friend of mine, Jamie Dupree, who used to work for Cox Broadcasting, now works for himself, Capitol Hill reporter. And he had a rare neurological disease that he lost muscle control over his tongue. And so he's a radio broadcaster forever.
Right.
And then couldn't speak anymore.
But he could do everything else.
He could do everything else, could write and report and all that stuff. And he began to lose his voice back in 2016. And because there's an AI company out in Scotland that knew of this, became aware of this, they have since rebuilt his voice with AI completely.
Wow.
And I've listened to it and it sounds just like Jamie again.
Wow.
And so he's now back on the air with his computer generated voice, which isn't very, you can't tell unless you're listening for it, that's computer generated.
If you've ever tried out some of these AI generation things, Brock down the hall, I don't think he does any work because I think he's figured it out. No, he was playing around with it one day and he said, "Hey, listen to this real quick." And I said, "Okay." And I just thought he was playing me a bit from the show.
Something he did.
Yeah. And he said, "I didn't say any of that stuff."
Wow.
He said, I had to speak like I think it was like a couple sentences, or he had to read a paragraph or something like that. And then it was able to generate something else with his pauses and weird little quirks and things. Like it wasn't like straightforward. It was the way his rhythm is and all that stuff. It figured all that stuff out.
That's great.
Which is crazy and kind of scary because it's like
wrong hands, it's gonna be horrible.
wrong hands it can be. So it's like, do I need to write do I need to trademark my voice in some way? But exactly like you said with your friend and with Randy Travis, not when you lose your voice, but you still have the ability to have a voice.
It's great.
In other ways, it is a very helpful tool. And for people that do suffer strokes, this means that the future is bright for being able to speak again.
How do you feel about AI as a songwriter?
AI as a songwriter, I don't like that. And I've talked to people even when I work with the kids about writing. It's like AI should be a tool. It should not be the entire thing, a crutch. It should not be the thing that does all the work.
Yes.
Because if you ever try to have AI, if you type in, write me a country song,
story,
whatever,
write me a song,
it's not very good.
Well, that's true.
The stories aren't very good. The jokes are bad. I mean, my jokes aren't great, but the jokes are bad.
How can you tell?
Yeah, they're not funny. I'm like, I'll ask it. Write me like a 5-minute,
Oh no.
5-minute comedy bit. So if I did, stand up somewhere, write me a little 5-minute comedy bit.
Sure.
Oh, awful jokes. Like I didn't laugh at any of them. So, but as a full on songwriter, I don't like that.
No, I don't either.
Because then you got a whole team of writing people, or you have certain people that were able to write their own songs by themselves. But
and it's because I think what it's because is because it doesn't have the heart and soul in it.
Right.
Doesn't have the heart and soul in it. It's been artificially generated, and maybe someone's singing it, maybe it's a computer singing it. It just doesn't wash.
Yeah.
And that's why I think some of the criticism is coming over by people who are hopping genres in the music industry.
Yeah.
They don't have the heart and soul of what that has been in their past, in their catalog.
Now, I don't mind it for an AI as a tool,
right,
to figure out different beats and different
like
sounds.
rhyming.
Well,
for rapping.
Yeah. Well,
When
not
you're
that
spitting the rhymes.
But as far as, because there's so much music in the world, and there's all these lawsuits that keep coming out about people saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, well, your song sounds like this song."
Yeah.
Well, because of human experiences, just like the songwriting,
Sure.
your human experience, you're going to have a beat and a rhythm in your brain that just maybe just sits in there some way, and then you start to go write a song, and you're like, "Oh man, this sounds like a good beat." It's hard to create a completely original beat, rhythm, sound, chords, all that, chord progressions. It's like, so to have the AI be the tool that says, go search the internet for something to make it original so that it doesn't sound like something else.
That's interesting.
Can it do that? Can it generate something else? Or after I write it, can it then go and search and say, am I going to have any lawsuits coming up?
Yeah.
With this
I mean,
stuff?
that's already happening with the students in plagiarism.
Yeah.
So maybe they need to apply that to music if they've not already.
All right.
Things that make you go,
Absolutely.
It's been a technology morning.
So yeah, when you get a chance, check out where that came from Randy Travis, and let me know what you think. Okay. We'll get to your Bloomberg Market Minute in just a moment. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
At Sturgis Bank, it's our people that...
I always loved listening to Randy Travis when I was a kid. He was like the top dog at the time when I was growing up.
I didn't realize he had lost his voice.
Yeah, he he's able to kind of speak. Like he'll be at Country Music Awards and like he'll have like a Lifetime Achievement Award that he would receive. But it's been over 10 years and he still barely has the ability to do much of anything. So, and I mean, he was, just a short time ago was one of the best country music voices out there.
Yep.
So, but I'll have to give it a listen. But that's cool about your friend being able to generate all that stuff.
Yeah.
He just so I don't know if you know how the inner workings of it. So he'll just write a story and then it will generate it through this new voice thing and do it.
Yeah. Let's see. It took the company. The company is it's called Cereproc.
Okay.
CEREPROC. Took him about 2 months to recreate Dupree's voice, Jamie Dupree.
Yeah.
And that was longer than usual because he's so talkative. But let's see.
But with people like us that have so many recordings of us that exist already.
Yeah. So once his voice was built, they install it on the computer and you can type whatever you wish. It'll play through the speakers. And it can keep track. The software also uses a camera to keep track of eye and muscle movement. So that may help with some of the emotion in the telling of whatever story you're sharing.
Oh.
So if you're being, like
okay.
that. So, I mean, it's very in-depth. They actually the same company replicated President John F. Kennedy's voice to read a speech he never delivered on the day he was assassinated in Dallas.
That is fascinating about the different emotion, because as a news reader, you're going to have different types of tones and different types of rhythms for
different
sad story, car accident, breaking news story, happy thing. So yeah, there's different levels.
Yeah. Well,
it's able to figure that out.
I tell you, something else. Pretty cool.
Huh. I'll have to take a listen.
Yeah.
Just because I want to hear it, because we'll hear all kinds of different stuff that'll play in places, and it's like, and now we're training our ears.
Mm-hmm.
And actually AI is fooling us quite a lot, but you listen when you're listening to the radio or you're watching a commercial on television, especially those little fast reads that people do right at the end with like a drug commercial.
Yes.
Like, oh, have you tried this? Blah, 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 blah. Side effects may include all those things.
May include unicorns.
All those things. Like, okay, you can probably have an AI generation if you don't need somebody physically on screen. But even then, you get so many robot or AI generated people doing a commercial.
Yep.
Are we going to have jobs in the next 10 years?
All depends.
Yeah.
It all depends.
It might be a cyborg or something.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. All right. Bloomberg Market Minute coming up here in just a second. And we'll get to news and sports.
Did you do any yard work this weekend?
What did I do? I mowed the lawn.
You did mow the lawn.
I did mow the lawn on Friday.
Did you get rid of those stinking wildflowers Jocelyn protected?
No.
You mowed around them.
I did mow around them. I mowed around in a small area. Okay. Some of the whole yard has all kinds of stuff going on.
Okay.
But I raised the deck on the lawnmower.
Okay.
So that I could kind of just scoot right over the top. But the reason I mowed is because my dog, Plinko, was having trouble finding a place to go because he's like going through the wild safari.
Oh boy.
And so I had to trim that down. But I did the front and the backyard, made sure I didn't hit the moonflowers or any other flowers that she had set out.
Very nice.
Wildflowers, like violets and things like that. They were fun.
Okay.
But, yeah.
We had I think the possum or opossum, if you will, dug a hole.
Oh, burrowed.
Under the fence so they could get in and out.
Oh, nice.
Because remember, it was having a hard time getting through the slats.
Oh, yeah.
Now it just goes under.
Was it a possum or a raccoon that got stuck between the?
It was a possum.
It was a possum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not working out. It just decided to make the hole bigger.
Yeah.
That's funny.
This fence isn't big enough. I'm going to go under.
The NASDAQ added 315. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
Hi, this is John Prose. You're listening to The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
And you can watch us right now. We are streaming live for all to see and hear on our Facebook, YouTube, and X. Good morning to Bill.
Hey, Bill.
He's watching.
Good to see you.
Bill is our resident sort of Walmart greeter of the show.
Yes.
So when when anybody that joins and comments, and we encourage you to comment anytime with anything that we're either talking about, or if you got something going on that you think we should know about, just feel free to comment. But then Bill goes and makes sure that everyone at the table has been greeted.
Feels welcome.
And I like that.
Yes.
Because we can do it, but then we're so busy doing all kinds of other stuff, and just want to make sure everybody feels welcome. We'll get to sports in just a moment. Right now, let's find out what's happening in the news.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. Here are some of the stories we're following for you today. Residents in the city of Buchanan will have a special election ballot question next November on whether or not to recall City Commissioner and Mayor Sean Dennison. The Recall Dennison Committee learned Friday that they filed enough valid signatures with the Berrien County Clerk to force a recall election. That effort started shortly after the mayor suspended the then city manager in what the group called an inappropriate move. Mayor Dennison issued a statement in response saying, "Unfortunately, our community is once again being dragged through the media mud by a group of folks who could be using their talents in a positive way, but choose not to." While the effort started in November of last year, a representative from the committee says they had to gather enough signatures to recall Dennison as city commissioner. The outcome of that election that's coming up in November could start a series of events that would force the commissioners to elect a new mayor. Now, citizens will be able to vote on that new commissioner on the November 5th election day. More broadband internet infrastructure is headed to the Buchanan area. The Berrien County Board of Commissioners approving an agreement with Midwest Energy and Communications to expand broadband internet to about another 266 unserved properties. That still leaves about 1,600 properties in Berrien County without service. They say the cost of picking up that remainder of unserved properties is about $6 million. And at their regular meeting this evening, the Benton Harbor City Commission is expected to consider creation of a social district downtown. Social districts are those areas where you can legally carry an alcoholic beverage on the street or on the sidewalk purchased at an area bar or restaurant. We'll tell you more about that coming up at 8 o'clock. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Dave Wolf has sports in just a moment. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the state.
The Michigan News Network.
Everything worked all right with switching back and forth?
It did. Everything worked well with the switching. I did have to select the third mic, the second guest mic on the board there.
Oh, yes.
And I learned a little trick because the knobs don't select right.
Yep.
You can just wiggle it just a little bit back and forth and it'll go.
Yeah. You have to, there's a little trick that I'll tell you. You have to kind of push up.
Oh, it's the up.
A little bit. You gotta just a little wiggle up or down, and then it grabs the little
gears.
It
and then it can go.
Yeah, it grabs the little gears a little better. So
yeah, because when I was going like this, it wasn't doing it.
It's all because somebody else did that. When we first got these, when anything has wear and tear, but it was because of when somebody wanted to do it when we first got these, they did it really fast. And so, of course, doing stuff really fast causes friction.
They probably used it as a fidget spinner.
Yeah, probably. That's what it feels like in a couple of those. And you can tell who. I know exactly who it was, but I will not name names.
Was it?
Because I was here. I was here when all this stuff was put in. I was here before it was even here. No, it was actually really cool. This was back in, they're not that old, but it was like 2009, I think, that we put this stuff in. And I didn't. Terry, our engineer, amazing engineer, did all that stuff.
More AV.
But no, what was cool is we had an RV, a big RV that we rented, and we had a radio studio, a mobile radio studio, because every one of these was being done one at a time.
Oh, and you had to go out and hang out in the trailer.
So like Pat Moody was down in the RV for a while, and then the rock guys, and then the other guys, and the other people were able to go there. But it was fun broadcasting out of an RV.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
They have air conditioning?
Yeah, it was great. Almost too cold.
Okay.
I remember freezing my butt off in there. But then I had to run back into the building because to make sure all the other stations stayed on the air. I had to run back in the building and check on stuff. But good morning, Dwayne.
Hey, Dwayne. Good to see you.
We got to working on stuff. I know he's working on his house.
Bought a house. What's he doing?
Oh, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, that's
bathroom replacement.
Oh boy,
all kinds of different fun things that he's uncovering. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Somebody worked.
You move something. You try to replace something. A lot of things you think in your house can be easy fixes, and then you open up the wall or you do whatever. You remove the one thing. Not so fun. So yeah, he's having an adventure with that.
That's fun. My garage door is still working.
Garage door still working?
Still working.
It's been about a week.
Been about a week now. They repeat it up and down. Every now and again, the won't recognize the remote control comes back, but this morning it works just fine again. Okay. I think it's probably time. It was 1987 that the thing was installed.
Oh.
So it's seen a couple of good years.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad that after a week it's working right.
Yeah. Other news that I'm just seeing come in. Indiana Michigan Power's Cook Nuclear Plant 2 has completed its spring 24 refueling outage.
Nice.
So they're turning that baby back on.
Yeah, it was great with that's happening. But then with the road construction you were talking about this morning.
139.
Another part of M139 that they had been working on down in Niles.
Right.
I actually don't know exactly what they were doing.
Uh-oh.
They were doing something where they had to block off the road for a long period of time.
Was this where they took the bridge out or the overpass?
I don't know. No, that's different area. This is on M139.
Oh, it's on M139
by Ollery.
Right. Yeah, by the dollar, before the dollar store or whatever that is.
After the Dollar General.
Dollar General. Okay.
The 8th Dollar General in the Niles metro area. I swear there's 8 of them.
Yeah.
but they were doing something, and I thought at first they were ripping up the road and redoing it.
Right.
I think they were just doing some stuff over the side, like over the bridge. Like I think there's just like a little short bridge that goes over. Maybe there's a culvert, maybe there's a ravine or something. But anyways, they had to block it off. That was open this morning.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, oh, sweet, no detour.
Smooth sailing
all the way to work. And then I get up to John Beers Road and it said detour. Oh man, I forgot about the detour. So now that I saved that time down in Niles, I now have to account for that time in here in St. Joe. So yeah.
Sorry about that.
And that's for
till September. Yeah, they think it'll take through the end of August, so they're saying a September reopen date.
Do you think it's going to take that long? I don't know the work. I don't know the full extent of all that stuff.
They're replacing a big old concrete box.
Yeah.
How long does that take?
Because what we've noticed with some of these construction timelines that they put out there, they'll put that, well, it'll be done by this time. But then, like there was what was it, Napier and Pipestone? They were doing work on that intersection, and they were like, "Oh yeah, it's going to take over this many months," and it was done in like a short amount of time. All of a sudden, it was open.
Yeah.
Now we've got some blockage again.
Although that's becoming the outlier.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how they surprise us.
It's always something.
Soon. Yeah.
But it's always good stuff when this stuff is being fixed. It's either means new roads or better for the environment, because they're fixing some things that need to be fixed. So. But yeah, fun little detour that I had to do this morning, which I don't mind. I hate the long detours. I hate when they take you way over here. It's like 3 miles. This one's not too bad. It's just a quick jog over to Scottdale and then cut over there.
So you're not going to be taking the other route in.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll still do my usual M139 trip.
Okay.
But then I'll just take that little jog over. So not too bad. And don't try to go through it, because when it says, or don't think that you can go through it, because if you're coming northbound on M139, if you're coming that way, you see the little opening where it says like, oh, road closed to through traffic. There's a lot of times where people think, oh, I can go all the way through. Yeah. No, because on the other side of that, coming the other way, completely blocked off. So there's no opening of any kind. It's completely blocked off all the way over there. So just take the detour when the detour says you should take it.
Yes. And watch for road workers.
How's the in downtown St. Joe? How is all that Lake Boulevard and all that section of
fun work?
Okay.
It's going fast because even though a lot of the construction signs are still up, it looks like the road work is practically done.
Okay.
Practically done.
Good.
Which is really weird because they're doing lead water line replacement work in my neighborhood, kind of a little bit further off from where I am.
Yeah.
And the guys were there forever. They dug up the holes. They did a lot of testing, and now you just have dirt holes on the road. Whereas over on Lake Boulevard, it's all done.
Yeah.
It looks nice for the tourists. Surprise, surprise. Some of the vendors at the Antiques on the Bluff were complaining that they didn't have adequate parking because of all the construction. I think that'll be rectified by this time next year.
Yeah, because I was curious about that, because when I've talked to folks from, say, Frazzle and other organizations that have a lot of activity, like, are they going to get that done by then?
Yeah.
Well, they say it'll be done. So cross your fingers.
I think it's about done.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do I know?
Yeah, until you get
not a road guy.
Until you get the release from people. But yeah, chatter and you look at history of how things have gone, and as a person you look at it and say, well, it appears to be done. But I'm not in road construction. I don't know that stuff.
I do know that we've got nothing but tree leaves outside right now. I can't see anything now. It's beautiful.
No, thick foliage.
Yeah, thick foliage. Very nice.
Yeah, our tree that we have, the one tree that we have in our backyard, is now screwing up the way we garden.
Oh no. Because
of the fact that since in just a short amount of years, we've only lived there for like 4 years, coming up on 5.
Okay.
And where we placed certain things like raised garden beds are they're getting more shade than they did before. So we might have to shift where some of that stuff is, or get a tree trimmer and give it a little snip.
What kind of tree is it? Do you know?
I believe it's a maple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just chop that sucker down.
Yeah. No, not completely. I'll just give it a little trim, a little buzz cut. I think some of them, like they're low hanging, so there's some that I can just get a little hand trimmer and clip those down. But anyways, all right, let's get back to it.
27cash.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with any type of credit get up to $5,000, and cash can hit our bank account as soon as tomorrow.
When you need extra cash, go to 27cash.com. That's 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
Partly to mostly cloudy skies today. Temperatures back up a little bit warmer. We're going to top out around 73 this afternoon. Partly cloudy tonight. We drop down to 55. And then for Tuesday, we'll see cloudy skies, chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be strong, and a high near 75. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
It's the morning show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Check out the Back to the Backyard giveaway and upcoming registration dates at WSJM.com and the WSJM app. Just go to the contest page. We're going to be giving all that stuff away, I think at the end of the month or something. So looking forward to that.
Okay.
Other things going on. What do you got on the list? You have a Boeing thing in there?
Yeah,
What's going on with that?
This is only a few years behind schedule and more than $1 billion over budget.
Jeez.
Boeing's Starliner capsule is finally poised for its first piloted launch sometime today. They say it's a critical test flight carrying 2 veteran astronauts to the International Space Station, and in so doing, demonstrate an alternative to SpaceX's already operational Crew Dragon.
How confident are you that this is going to be a successful voyage?
I wonder if that's why some of the delay. Mission managers say all known issues have been corrected. That's comforting, isn't it?
Known issues.
All known issues have been corrected. Multiple other upgrades and improvements have been implemented, and the spacecraft has been thoroughly tested to verify it's finally ready to safely carry astronauts to and from the space station.
Okay. That's a great statement to save your butt, because you say,
man.
Everything that I'm aware of has been fixed.
Yeah.
I can blame it on someone else when something doesn't work properly.
I mean, years of delay, years of setbacks, years of budget overruns, over $1 billion over. Anyway, it's scheduled to lift off tonight at around 10:34 p.m. So it's going to be a nighttime launch. It's going off from Cape Canaveral in Florida. But I mean, if we were in that region, boy, that'd be a beautiful thing to see.
Oh yeah,
just watch it go up.
I love watching those rockets go off. I had a chance to do that when I lived out east. There was a space station that would shoot off a bunch of rockets, and it was cool to see at night.
Yeah,
well, we'll see.
I'd be a little nervous.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'd check that door twice.
Oh yeah. Now this is astronauts. These are regular old astronauts. These are not like this is not another one of those celebrity.
That is correct.
Crew things.
Veteran NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams will be the first to fly aboard Boeing's Starliner.
Fun.
Yeah, reusable spacecraft trying to catch up with Elon Musk.
Nice. Did you hear about the trash derby that happened the other day?
I did not hear about the trash derby. Tell us.
So down on the Florida Keys, there's a trash derby that happened over the weekend. But unlike most community beautification efforts, this one involved underwater trash pickup by hundreds of scuba divers, as well as people on shore.
I would do that.
Yeah, it sounds fun. Organizers are hoping to double the amount of garbage that they collected last year. That effort removed 13,000 pounds of trash, ranging from fishing lures to abandoned anchors.
Wow.
Now, these cleaner beaches and waterways are not just good for swimmers. It's also helping regenerate the coral reef.
Oh.
So all good things.
That's nice.
Some trash pickup. But why is there so much trash? because people are stupid.
Yeah, people are stupid, and it's inconsistent. Excuse me. It's inconsistent where you are legally allowed to dump trash,
right?
Because there are some places, foreign countries that just put trash barges together and they go out far enough from the coastline and then just dump it
right
into the water.
And is that because it's just international waterways and they're just like, you know what? Once it
out of
see where
sight,
it goes,
out of mind, just do that. So there's that one, and then there's the cruise ships are allowed to put certain stuff into the water,
right,
when they get off the coast far enough, probably the international waters. It's like nobody's controlling this. Let's do that. Then of
it'll
course
just fall to the bottom.
Then you of course have the raw waste,
right?
That's I think they still do that in Canada, where like Victoria and Vancouver, BC, they just there's that pipe. You know what's out of that pipe? That's goodness.
Yeah.
Anyway, so be nice if we
Yes.
could monitor that a little better.
Saw a video of they said Florida authorities were looking for a group of people that were in it was like a fishing boat off the coast of Florida, and they were not just like throwing a bottle out the off the boat or a candy wrapper. No, they took like full on trash cans and were dumping it into the water.
Wow.
So yeah, those people are going to get arrested once they catch them. Pretty easy, probably going to be pretty easy to catch them because I'm sure the name is right on the back of the boat.
Yeah.
Like, somebody's going to catch you.
Oh boy. That's something else.
You got anything else real quick?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Well, we'll move on.
Oh,
we'll move on.
All right.
I was just checking time if you had any quick things.
Oh, no, I was just on in the news. You can pretty much tie it directly back to Florida. So I was just looking at this story. This is from kind of the Panhandle area, Lake City, Florida. You ready for this one?
Oh, yeah. The Panhandle, also known as South Alabama.
South Alabama. Yeah. A Lake City woman was arrested after police said she broke into her neighbor's home while naked. She broke into the 24-year-old.
She was naked.
She was naked.
Broke into somebody
and she broke into someone. This 24-year-old young woman, Haley Blunt is her name, facing charges of burglary, criminal mischief, and child neglect, according to authorities.
And probably public nudity.
And I don't see that here.
Nobody saw her.
Officers responded to the home after the victim dialed 911 to report a burglary in process. The victim told police they heard someone knocking on the front door. When asked who was there, no one would answer. The person, later identified as Blunt, went to the home's sliding glass door and began to knock again and would not say who she was. The victim was reportedly on the phone with 911 dispatch when Blunt broke a window of the residence and went inside.
She broke a window and she was naked?
She was
naked?
That's
dangerous.
Yeah. They did find her nude and bleeding from injuries that she sustained while breaking the window. She was taken to the local hospital for treatment and later booked into the Columbia County Jail. She left two young children unsupervised in her home that was nearby, which was the child neglect charge. So anyway, you wanted something quick. There it is.
There you go. That's Florida for you.
How often does that happen?
Probably more than you think and more than you'd like.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get to your Moody on the Market update coming up here in just a moment.
Oh, yay. Oh, yay. Oh, yay.
Yep. That's right. My brother used to live near that area in the Florida Panhandle, like Pensacola area.
South Alabama.
And he called it South Alabama.
That's funny.
He said that, for some reason, that little panhandle, not a lot of places to get gas. So he's like, be careful with that. You might have some stupid people.
Wait, just running out of gas?
Yeah, running out of gas down there. But then also you got to watch out for the stupid people.
Oh, okay.
I say that up to my brother about West Virginia.
Aw.
Yeah, West Virginia.
It's so pretty there.
Yes, but it's also good to make sure you have a full tank of gas.
Yeah.
Or full charge, whatever you're dealing with.
Oh.
But some weird people in West Virginia.
Deliverance. Do you have that on DVD?
I do not.
Do you have that on VHS?
No.
Okay.
I did find Pulp Fiction though on VHS. I do have that.
I was going through my folks stuff and I've got the full DVD set of seasons 1 and 2 of the Rockford Files.
Ooh.
Have you ever watched the Rockford Files?
I have.
Jim Rockford. That's the character. He's actually played by James Garner.
Yeah.
And he's got a sweet
James
car.
Garner was my grandmother's
boyfriend.
She wishes.
Okay.
I would say oh, you like James Garner? And she said, that's my man. That's my man. She loved him.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to it.
Great show.
It's the morning show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
When you want to know Southwest Michigan's business, look no further. We got you covered at moodyonthemarket.com. Check out the Moody on the Move series as well, and also the awards program for best places to work, 40 under 40, best or bold women of business. So we believe as the team is working on it right now, the best places to work nominees have been gone through, and we soon will have the best places to work for 2024.
Will we have an announcement here on the WSJM morning
I'm
show?
sure we will.
We better.
Have you heard word?
I have not.
I have not heard word either.
I have not heard the word.
I'll have to wait
in
until
a fortnight.
In a fortnight. Yeah, I haven't seen the lanterns lit, so
the smoke coming out of the chimney,
right
over the.
Have not seen the white smoke coming out of the chimney, so I will. But when those do happen, we will tell you, and some people will get those fine awards. But your update, we'd like to tell you about some of the stories, is brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
And what we like to tell you about, one of the things we like to tell you about with Moody on the Market is interesting people you should know, and recognizing an interesting person from South Haven. South Haven resident dedicated to helping students achieve success has been presented with the 2024 Education and Service Award from the Rotary Club of South Haven. Barb Rock, a 4th and 5th grade teacher at North Shore Elementary School, received the award during the Rotary Club's annual scholarship fundraiser dinner.
So this fine award recognizes a South Haven resident in the educational field that exemplifies the attributes of quality teaching, mentoring, and community involvement. The South Haven Rotary contributes a $500 grant to the South Haven Public Schools Foundation in honor of the Educator of the Year recipient. And Joe Allen, the principal of North Shore Elementary, commented on it and says, Barb has been an amazing teacher for over 25 years. She's organized and facilitated the professional learning community activities for the 4th and 5th grades, leading her grade levels through various curriculums and programs that have been utilized in the school district. She keeps up with all of that stuff, and our school-age children that want and need then work tirelessly to make our students' day not only enjoyable, but also highly productive.
Yeah, and she is part of an innovative program called Looping. Have you heard of this?
No.
Looping. In this program, the teacher remains with the class of students for their entire 4th and 5th grade academic years.
That's a neat idea.
Yeah, the teacher, support staff, and students have 2 years of continuity in lessons, intellectual and emotional development, and relationship building that they say improves their readiness for 6th grade and beyond. So congratulations to Barb Rock for winning that award, and thank you for the work you're doing with the kids. That's great.
That's a fine looking award that she's got in the picture.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a crystal teardrop looking
it
thing?
Looks like it, or it's metal.
Raindrop?
I don't know.
Was it metal?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it's nice. But the looping thing, you can read that full article on moodyonthemarket.com. But the looping thing, as a 4th grader, would scare the heck out of me, because I know if I sass off to my teacher, I'm going to be with her for the next 18 months.
Yeah. I had the same 4th grade teacher and 6th grade teacher.
Oh.
She followed us.
Boy, she got another whack at it, huh?
Yeah, she was like,
Johnny.
She's like, I like you guys, so I'm gonna teach 6th grade next year. And I was like, oh,
no, that's really good. That's really good.
It's always fun when looping for the teachers, but it's always fun when I have 4 brothers. And I had a teacher that had a couple times. I've had teachers that had my brothers and then me the following year. So I had a teacher that was my 3rd grade teacher, but was my brother's 4th grade teacher the year prior. She had a fun time for the past couple of years for that.
Another Reinhardt boy.
Yep. Some teachers celebrated when the last Reinhardt was done.
That's great.
And I think they were tired at that point. But anyways, check out that story and more. Your update brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and Niles.
Rich Brand and Tara Halsey from Insurance Management.
All right.
Right.
Well, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. You can always get that exclusive content from 7 to 8 a.m. every weekday. Thank you to Bill and Dwayne and Teresa and others who are on the live stream. Appreciate you.
Yeah, Teresa says, did you watch the Kentucky Derby? No, did not watch it.
No, but it looks like it was a crazy photo finish.
Oh, yeah.
3 horses, all within a couple of noses.
That's pretty cool. So
Oh.
that was there's that one, and then we'll have the what is it, the Preakness, and then the Belmont Stake, part of the Triple Crown. So I believe Kentucky Derby is the first of the Triple Crowns.
Okay.
All right. We got to let somebody into the door. So we'll go do that.
Okay.
You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you again soon.